सुखस्य दुःखस्य न कोऽपि दाता परो ददातीति कुबुद्धिरेषा अहं करोमीति वृथाभिमानः स्वकर्मसूत्रग्रथितो हि लोकः.
Today we sit with a verse that quietly removes the two heaviest burdens a human being carries: the habit of blaming others and the habit of crowning ourselves. Listen to it first in Sanskrit. Sukhasya dukkhasya nako api data paro dadati iti kubuddhi esha aham karomi iti vritha abhimanaha sva-karma-sootra grathito hi lokaha. Let us walk through it word by word. Sukhasya means of happiness. The word sukha comes from an old image, sukha, a well-fitted axle hole on a chariot wheel. When the axle fits, the ride is smooth. That smoothness is sukha. Dukhasya means of sorrow, duskha, a badly fitted axle, a wheel that grinds and jolts with every turn. Nako api data, there is no giver, none at all. The word data comes from the root da, to give. So a data is a bestower, one who hands something to you. The verse says plainly, for your happiness and your sorrow, there is no such person. Then comes the first delusion, paro dadati iti, the belief that says, another person gives this to me. The little word iti is doing beautiful work here. Iti is Sanskrit's quotation mark. The poet is quoting the sentence, your own mind whispers, he did this to me, she ruined my life. And the verdict on that sentence is, kubuddhi esha, this is a perverse understanding. Buddhi comes from the root buddh, to awaken, the same root as the word Buddha. So, kubuddhi literally means an unawakened intellect, a mind still asleep. Then the second delusion, and this is where the verse surprises us. Aham karomi iti, the belief that says, I am the doer, I did all this. You would expect the correction to blame to be, take full credit, you are in control. But no, the verse calls this vritha abhimana, empty conceit, futile pride. Abhimana comes from the root man, to think, with the prefix abhi, thinking that constantly bends back toward oneself. And then the reason, the line that holds everything. Sva-karma-sootra grathito hi lokaha. The world, loka, is grathita, strung together, knotted. Upon the sutra, the thread of swa-karma, its own actions. The root granth means to tie or string, the same root that gives us grantha, a book, pages knotted together. So picture a necklace of beads. Each event of your life is a bead. The beads do not choose their places. They sit where the thread holds them. And the thread, invisible once the beads are on, is the long continuity of your own past choices. Now, where does this verse come from? It is preserved in the Subhashita Ratnabhandagara, the great treasury of wise sayings. But its home is the Adhyatma Ramayana, in the Ayodhya Kanda. The scene is one of the most tender in the epic. Ram has just been exiled on the very eve of his coronation. At the banks of the Ganga stands Guha, the tribal chieftain who loves Ram like a brother. And Guha is burning with anger. He wants a villain. Kaikeyi, Manthara, someone must be blamed. And it is Lakshmana who speaks these words. Lakshmana, of all people, the brother whose first reaction to the exile was rage. He tells Guha, "Do not search for the giver of this sorrow. There is none. Every being moves along the thread of its own karma." What is the deeper teaching? Notice that the verse closes two doors, not one. The first door is victimhood. If others give you your sorrow, then every rude stranger holds the remote control of your peace. The second door is grandiosity. If you alone author every outcome, then success will intoxicate you and failure will crush you, because both are lies. Between these doors, the verse points to a third way: responsibility without ego. The karma is yours, sva-karma, your own thread, so you are never helpless. Yet the fruiting of action moves through a web far larger than your small sense of I, so you are never entitled to arrogance either. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught the same ladder. He said, "The uninstructed man blames others, the beginner blames himself, and the fully instructed blames neither." The Bhagavad Gita says it in almost the same words as our verse. Karta aham iti manyate. The deluded one thinks, I am the doer. And modern psychology has rediscovered the whole map. Therapists call the first error an external locus of control, and it correlates with helplessness and despair. They call the second the self-serving bias, taking credit for wins and exporting blame for losses. Cognitive therapy heals by doing exactly what the word iti does: catching the quoted sentence in the mind and questioning it. So, how do we live this? Let me leave you with 3 questions and one small practice. First, whose name appears when you narrate your unhappiness? If that person vanished tomorrow, would your pattern of suffering vanish or simply find a new bead? Second, which of your successes do you tell as a pure solo story, forgetting the teachers and the timing threaded through it? Third, and most important, what bead are you stringing right now, today, that you may later be tempted to call someone else's fault? The practice is simple. Tonight, take one moment of strong emotion from your day. Write the sentence your mind attached to it in quotation marks. He disrespected me. Then rewrite it with the thread visible. A consequence arrived along a chain that includes my own past choices, and my next choice adds the next bead. Then name one action for tomorrow, one bead, fully in your hands, done without demanding the fruit. Do this for a month and something shifts. Blame arrives more slowly. Effort arrives without arrogance. And you begin to feel the quiet dignity the verse offers, that you are neither the world's victim nor its emperor. You are the one holding the thread. Sva-karma-sootra grathito hi lokah. The world is strung on the thread of its own actions. String your next bead well.
सुखस्य दुःखस्य न कोऽपि दाता परो ददातीति कुबुद्धिरेषा अहं करोमीति वृथाभिमानः स्वकर्मसूत्रग्रथितो हि लोकः